What is up, everyone? I am Pete D'Alessandro with 5 Tool. We are back with more coach interviews for the inaugural Alex Bregman World Series, which is being played at the Z-Plex Texas Sports Village out there in Melissa from June 22nd through the 27th. And today I'm here with Coach Josh Sanders from Lone Star Baseball Club 2024 Sanders. How's it going, Coach?
Yeah, doing well, Pete. And yourself?
Pretty good, Coach. Thanks for asking. So you'd mentioned it before we got on the interview, but y'all's team was actually playing in the Pudge this past weekend. How did that go for y'all?
Yeah, it went really well. We had a pretty good run, made the final six. We were the only 2024 15U team in the event. So, playing up against those older teams, we were pretty competitive. Ended on a kind of a heartbreaker of a loss, a close game that we were up going in the last inning. But overall, we had a great week.
Regardless, it's great to hear y'all played really well playing up. So I'm sure y'all are feeling really great coming into this Bregman tournament, right?
Yeah, we're feeling pretty good. We like our squad, so we always feel like we're competitive at the highest levels.
How long has this group in particular been playing together for?
Wow, that's a long time. I've actually had, I guess, half the team since they were like 8 or 9. And we've had pieces come and go as each year passes, and add a piece here, add a piece there, and keep trying to improve the team and improve the group. But it's a pretty special group that's tight knit and definitely not thrown together one summer. It's certainly kind of a family feel.
Right. And so you've coached these kids for a really long time. You know some of them very, very well. Who are a couple guys that have made some really, really big strides coming from maybe the time they were 8, even the past couple of years, coming into this summer season?
Yeah, gosh, I mean, I could go on forever about the boys. We have we just got such a talented roster with guys that are going to have a lot of opportunities at the next level past high school. And there's so many guys that have grown and become better through that time. Each and every kid, we have Reagan Chomel is one of our best pitchers, and at one point a couple years ago, I was having kind of early conversations with his family, about just focusing on pitching. But he got in the cage and just really kept working on his hitting. He's a guy that has swung the bat in the last, call it 12 months, really, really well for us. And has gotten, significantly better offensively. That's been fun to watch him improve like that. We have other guys that are just great talents from a high ceiling standpoint. Theo Gillen, Matt Scott, those are guys, players that are just really just naturally gifted at the highest levels. And they've, as when you're young and you're that physically gifted, you can play off just your natural talents a lot, and their baseball ability and baseball IQ and just understanding how to play the game is just significantly increased over the years and continues to increase. I've got my son has the unfortunate distinction of dad being a guy who's involved in baseball. So I coach my son and usually probably don't give him enough credit. But he's a kid who's come really, really strong. Sage Sanders has come really strong in recent times. And, he's kind of always been, the coach's son type of thing, which is, sometimes a tough role to be in for him. But, here in the last year, the last 12 months, his growth and physical maturity as a player has really come on strong as well. And, I could go on and on about every kid on the team and their growth and maturation and where we're doing. But, suffice to say, we run 10 guys out there, doesn't matter which 10 of the 14 or 15 that we have, they're very competitive players and a very competitive group.
Right. And so these kids are pretty young. They're 2024. So the recruiting process probably hasn't started for the majority of them. Who are some maybe underrated kids that scouts need to be on the lookout for this week?
Yeah, kind of an unusual group. We actually have an OU commit. Matt Scott is already committed. we've got a number of other guys on the rosters. I won't go through each one of them's name, but another number of other guys on the roster that already have multiple Power 5 schools on them, and schools offering them, to that kind of most schools already know about and are already on. And so we're blessed to have a pretty talented roster where those guys are getting opportunities early as younger guys. We have some guys that are also just really coming on that aren't yet on the scene as much as maybe some of these other guys, but in the Pudge, I think started making some names for themselves. Of guys seeing, Wyatt Wimberly, one of our left-handed hitting outfielders, a lefty, is really coming on strong and as a guy to watch that people don't know about, and so many people are already know about and kind of on. Theo Gillen, and obviously Matt Scott's committed, and Trey Craig. They're on big. Sage getting some opportunities as well. But some guys that are really coming on, or Reagan Chomel, on the mound, is really starting to get some interest. Chance Covert, big lefty that we have, he projects really, really well. His interest is really growing. Our catcher Josh Tedemansic's he's just a ball player that's going to get some opportunities. And like I said, Wimberly in the outfield, and Landon Miller's our center fielder. He's a guy that, hasn't hit the scene hard yet. But he's coming off a state Final Four run where he played at Dell Diamond for Rouse there in the state playoffs as a freshman. He's going to make some noise, I think, this summer and next summer. And, we just have a really talented roster that's going to come on. We got Bailey Blaker on the mound, who's he's a guy who's kind of a late bloomer, if you will, but he really can pitch. And he's got all the physical tools. His dad's 6'5". He's going to be a big guy. He throws the ball really well. He's going to turn some heads here in the coming months. I mean, we've got a talented roster.
Right. And so this is a long week coming up. Sounds like y'all got plenty of talent. A lot of things can happen in a week, but what needs to happen for your squad to leave the Bregman champions?
Yeah, well, I think we're a squad who's kind of known for hitting. We swing the bats pretty well. We're going to have, a fair few balls leave the yard. I think we hit, 4 home runs in the Pudge. And we've got Pop up and down the lineup. I mean, Cash Cassis, another guy that I didn't mention. He's a varsity player as a freshman in multiple sports at his high school. Guy that's coming on strong. For us, I think we're always going to be competitive at the plate, and we're a danger to hit the ball out of the park at any time. So for us, it's really just pitching and defense that sets us apart there. At times we've gotten lax in the field, candidly, which is frustrating for a guy like me, who's really more of a defensive minded guy. We've gotten lax at times in the field, and as long as we throw strikes, don't give people free passes, and play hard and consistent in the field, which our talent in the field is huge, then we'll be fine. I mean, another guy that I didn't say is one of the best players on our team is Kason Cunningham. I kind of left him out there. He's a 2025. He's actually a year younger than my boys even. So he was playing 2 years behind in the Pudge. And he's just a stud, man. I mean, he's one of our best hitters. He's one of our best fielders, and he's certainly a gamer that's just always playing the game hard and the right way. His dad played, was a really great player at Tech, and went on to play in the Royals organization, and that kid just plays hard. He's already getting a lot of opportunities as well and a lot of looks. So he's up there as one of our best players on the team as well.
Sounds like y'all know what you need to do. Certainly hope y'all can execute on that. I actually have one more little segment for you before we're done here. It's called the 5-tool rapid fire questioning. So I just name each of the 5 tools, and you name the first guy on the squad that comes to mind. All right.
Sure.
All right. Hitting.
Wow, that's a tough one. We got a lot of hitters. I'd probably say I probably have to give that one right now to Theo Gillen. And Matt Scott, probably, maybe Trey Craig, but that's the first ones that come to mind.
Power.
Power, definitely Trey Craig and Matt Scott.
Speed.
Theo Gillen, without question.
Glove.
I'd probably give that one to Casey Cunningham.
Arm.
Arm, the first one that comes to arm would be Matt Scott.
Well, Coach, that's all I got for you. Thanks for coming on. Once again, that was Coach Josh Sanders with Lone Star Baseball Club, and they will be out at the Bregman World Series at Z-Plex, Texas Sports Village on Tuesday at 5 p.m. That's their first game. And sounds like they got plenty of guys to watch. So be sure to be out there and watching them. Coach, thanks again for taking the time to come on. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, you bet, man. Take care, Pete.
All right, Coach. Good luck. Thanks.